All right, hello everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. Please invite your friends. And today, let us give some respect to the most respected prophet, proven scientifically, historically, geographically. Any Lee you want, even the Lee from China, he will witness that Muhammad was a prophet. Today, I was searching for a topic, what I will go and talk about. You know, and YouTube always helped me. And then I saw two idiots. I guess they are from the UK. And they have a video. The title is, "You think Islam is a true religion? Are you stupid?" So those are two ex-atheists who became Muslims, white boys. And in their videos, they are telling you how much they feel different now because they are being Muslims. And the other guy, he told us how science agree with the Quran, even though the Islam is not supposed about science. And, you know, I mean, I don't know, I felt I want to cry. And then I left a comment for this potato in the left, the one with the beard. And the coward, he took down my comment. I checked 2 hours after. All what I said to them, well, as long Islam is not a stupid, do you dare to take my call? And let us see if Islam is a stupid or not. I will call them. Just give me your Skype. Or you call me. The potato, he took down my comment. As the rest of them, they are a bunch of cowards. But I find it very funny that the one in the right, he says that the Quran is the most preserved book. But yet we cannot find one copy. This idiot, the bald guy, you know, this guy he reminds me of this stupid the rapist from Korea who tried to rape a Muslim woman. What's his name? Kim, he want to be a singer. Nobody listened to him. This guy, he want to be a singer. Nobody listened to him. So he decided to convert to Islam. Now when he recited the Quran, still nobody listened to him. Good luck. I'm not going to play any of their videos. You can watch it. I have the link down in the info. But it's the most stupid, silly ever. However, I said to myself, if I speak about Islam to be stupid from my own, well, Muslim will say, well, this is a Christian prince saying that. So I decided to bring Mimi Hijab. Mimi Hijab, oh, no, this is not Mimi Hijab. What the heck is that? Where is this guy coming to me from? Okay, hold on. Where is Mimi Hijab? Let me search for Mimi Hijab. They are not even close. They are not even from the same country. My geography is messed up like Muhammad geography. All right. So I found a video for Mimi Hijab. And the title of the video, it says, "Scientific Errors in Quran Refuted." You know, are you kidding me? For sure it's refuted, you know. And then here I want to say thank you to Mimi Hijab, may Allah bless her. She gave us how to jump from topic to topic. Like here, you do not need, like you can search for a certain topic and you can go to any of them. I'm not going to skip really, but this will be like in this. I mean, the video is what? Is 2 hours, 3 hours? Yeah, almost 3 hours. So if I want to talk about all of it, play it, all of it, I mean, if I play it, all of it is just 3 hours. Me talking at least will be 3 hours. That will be 6 hours. So I'm not going to do that. But I'm going to show you how stupid, how the stupid Muhammadan, they refute the claims. The first claim is Adam height is 60 cubit. Make sense? How the Muslim they can fix that? Listen carefully and try not to laugh. I choose the first one, you know, and then we will see what we will take next.
Today, inshallah, we're going to be dealing with a hadith which references Adam alayhi salam, a prophet of Islam, as being 60 cubits tall, which is like 27 meters. And they say this is unbelievable and impossible. But before we get to this hadith, let's talk about the Islamic stance on the theory of evolution. Generally speaking, talking about the theory of evolution, Muslims don't have an issue, or shouldn't really have an issue, with speciation, adaptation, or even evolution of animals, because we believe that there's nothing explicit in the Quran one way or the other. And actually done a podcast with Abdullah al-Ujairi. Sheikh Abdullah al-Ujairi is a prominent figure in Saudi Arabia, who researches these matters and well published in this field. In my discussion with him, this was his opinion. So, which is quite frankly like 99.9% if we look at it from a mass perspective.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, that's it. Al-Ujairi said, we are not against that, but but he cannot give us a proof from where he got this that. I mean, can you, where you and Al-Ujairi brought us this from? Show us in the Quran where it says that evolution in the Quran is accepted. I want to see that. Go ahead. And they know nobody is going to question anyway. I mean, but the second we say, okay, where do you get this from? I mean, shouldn't you give us reference where the Quran and Islam teach evolution? So now the guy who was 60 cubit tall, and now we became 6 foot tall. Not much different, and yet we cannot find one bone like what they say. I mean, a guy is 6 cubit tall, 60 cubit tall. This is a guy 6 floor buildings. Okay, can we find one bone for such a giant man? Okay, so now they found the solution. This is evolution, but this is not what evolution says, does it?
Really, 99.9% of the theory. The issue we have, we take issue with, or the point of evolution, the slither of which really diametrically opposes some of the Islamic narratives, is human evolution. Now, obviously, we have a narrative. We have a narrative in Islam, which is that Adam alayhi salam was created directly, or this Prophet Adam was created directly by Allah, by God Almighty. And there are many things which differentiate human beings from the rest of the animal kingdom. Morality, the ability to question why, many different language, civilization, and so on and so forth. And it couldn't have been the case, we would argue, that we can actually in any way be equated to the rest of the animal kingdom, and there's something special about human beings. لَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ. Allah says in the Quran that He has dignified the
and supposedly he is saying Arabic, by the way, but I'm not going to make fun of it.
Children of Adam. So we don't necessarily agree or disagree. We can remain agnostic as to Darwinian evolution with other animals, but as it relates to the human being,
we don't agree or disagree with Darwin. Okay. What an opinion, man. We agree about not to agree, what about disagree? So we don't agree and we don't disagree. I hope I made it clear for you. We Muslims, our stand. We don't disagree with Darwin, but we don't agree with Darwin, and we agree not with what we agree, but we agree and we don't agree, and we don't agree, and yet say it again.
Civilization and so on and so forth, and it couldn't have been the case, we would argue, that we can actually in any way be equated to the rest of the animal kingdom, and there's something special about human beings. لَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ. Allah says in the Quran that He has dignified the children of Adam. So we don't necessarily agree or disagree. We can remain agnostic as to Darwinian evolution with other animals, but as it relates to the human being, there is something special about the human being.
So all the animals, they change except the human being. That's it. This is now is convincing, So when your God Allah, He said He created 2 pairs of cattle, 4 pairs of cattle, that's it, the evolution. The Quran did not mention any cattle is 4. The Quran mentioned that animals is either walk in their belly, or with 2 legs or 4 legs. This is what the Quran is saying. Or we can show reference, but anyway. So here he is trying to explain why Islam is stupid, but anyway, you can watch it yourself. It's not really important, but I want to just show you how they are trying to duct tape and just blah 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 blah. But what is the proof that Adam was 60 cubit long? if there's any proof. The Muslim now, if you go and search for Prophet Adam grave, you will find the Muslims, they have a graveyard for Adam in every place in the world. They have a grave of Adam in Pakistan. They have a grave of Adam in Iran. They have a grave of Adam in Saudi Arabia. They have a grave of Adam in Afghanistan. They have a grave of Adam, and all of them, they are so long. Look, brother, look. Oh, I found one, even Adam and Eve in one grave. Look, this is a different grave. The one in the right is different. The one in the other one is different. This one is different. Look at this one. This one, this is our sister Eve and Adam in the, like sister in the left, and Adam in the right. And look how the grave is long, but still it's not 6 cubits. Okay, why we don't open them and see if there is any bones there? They have a grave for Adam everywhere in the world. Look at this one. This is a different one. Look like Adam, he died everywhere. I mean, this guy, I think he was taking an airplane, and the airplane explodes, so his head, this is his arm maybe. One arm went to Pakistan, one arm went to Afghanistan, the other arm went to the mouth of Muhammad Hijab, you name it. So the guy, even they have his footstep in Sri Lanka. Yes, brother, because Adam, he landed in Sri Lanka, and where he landed? In the top of the mount here, and this is his footstep, brother. And then he went to Jeddah. But true, I mean, it must be true story. But this is a Buddhist temple. So look like the Muslims, even they are stealing stories from the Buddhist, which is proof that Islam linked to India at the end. Islam is an Indian religion. Because why Muhammad even choose from all the world saying that Adam came from India? You tell me. Right? I mean, they have, you know, yeah, look. This is Noah. Look, Noah. Look, Noah. Noah look like a falafel sandwich. So this is a Prophet Noah. They knew where his grave. Prophet Noah, peace be upon him, brother. Yeah. Okay. Do you have the grave of his wife too, or only him alone? You know, what a lonely guy. What the heck is that? You know, they make those graves just to make money from the naive ones who they are coming. They pray around them, kiss them. You know, the woman, she cannot have kids. The sheikh there, he take off her panty and make her have a baby because the husband is not able to do it. So praise be to Allah, you know. Anyway, let us go back to Muhammad Hijab and see how he is fixing things around, you know. I mean, okay, forget about Adam now, how tall he is. Prophet of Allah, he knows best. That's it. Prophet of Allah, he said, he is 60 cubit, he is 60 cubit. And remember here, if Muhammad Hijab accept this hadith, then he should go by the hadith. Why he don't mention the rest? This is the only problem in Islam? How tall Adam is? Okay. So we will skip this part. And then he says, Richard Dawkins, the Quran, the mixing two C's. Okay, let's see this one. This is number 2.
Today, inshallah, we're going to be discussing a particular verse, and actually there's more than one of them in the Quran which make these kinds of references, but we'll focus on one because the same thing that can be said of this verse can be said of all of the other ones which have similar phraseologies. And this is a verse in chapter number 55 of the Quran, verses 19 to 21, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, مَرَجَ الْبَحْرَيْنِ يَلْتَقِيَانِ
Maraja.
بَيْنَهُمَا بَرْزَخٌ لَا يَبْغِيَانِ. That he let free the two seas of water, and he put between them a barrier that you cannot transgress between. Now, I recently saw, and I saw this before, a long time ago, a video of Richard Dawkins. Richard Dawkins actually going to a school with some Muslim students, some young students, and this is a common tactic. You go for the weak ones, the untrained ones, you know.
Is that why you don't dare to debate me? Is that why you went to an atheist? He is a kid, to debate him? Where is this kid? Where is this guy? Where is this guy? This is the debate. This is the guy, Muhammad Hijab, he debate him, is an atheist. Muhammad Hijab, he is upset. You debate kids. You argue with kids. What about you come to us? We are the specialist. Even this guy, you could not debate him. He is made, he made fun of you literally. Exposed Mimi Hijab, dishonesty, debate review. You can go watch it. The guy is an atheist. His name is a channel Cosmic Skeptic, but he's a kid. But remember, Mimi Hijab don't debate kids, and he don't agree to debate kids. No, only expert. He ran away from debating me. The second I call him, he hang up on me. I call him again, he hang up on me. I call him again, he hang up on me.
About logical contradictions, Muhammad Hijab, this is one of the most basic that there is. To say that something is necessarily true is to say that it is true in all conditions, under all...
Anyway, you can watch his video for this guy. Let us go back to Mimi. So Mimi is going to get this guy busted. I mean, why apostate prophet keep coming in my face? Hold on, let me close this page. He keep coming in my face, man. I have it open from a century. All right. All right. So this guy, he go and he argue with kids in school.
The students that they're not theologians, they're not learned, they still actually even haven't finished their GCSEs, and this is the kind of engagements that Richard Dawkins and the rest of the New Atheist movement are used to doing with the Muslims. You get some weak one and you try and brainwash them into your worldview. And he was, talking to these little girls or these young girls, and he was trying to persuade them that really he was that the Quran was wrong. He wasn't saying it in any explicit type of way, but he was being very pedantic. Maybe we can get a clip of this video and see what he's doing here.
We learned about science and the Quran. By the end of the day, we all came to one conclusion, that the Quran is evidence of science. So what science has proved to be just recently is already proved in the Quran 1400 years ago when it was written.
But that doesn't include evolution, apparently.
No, it doesn't.
So what does it include?
It includes stuff like the shape of the earth, about the mountains, how they secure the earth, and how in
the mountains, they secure the earth. You see, you remember, you will see now Mimi Hijab, he skipped that part because this is stupid. According to the Quran, Allah, he placed mountains in the top of the earth. It's not the mountains coming from the bottom of the earth. No, Allah, he placed the mountains in the top of the earth because the earth is a carpet, and Allah, he fixed the carpet so the carpet will not fly. So those, look at this woman. Look at this chimney. Look at this chimney. Where is the smoke is coming from? Those are living in England. What the English people did to themselves. This is England. So now those girls, they are copy paste what they heard all day long. From who? From the adult. And as you see with them, there is an adult woman. They are not alone. And she's a Muslim. So what happened?
See, the two waters, they don't mix, the salty water and the drinking water, so it's pure for us to drink. They don't mix, but they pass through each other.
Salty water and fresh water don't mix in the sea?
No, it's like
it's a natural barrier.
I was shocked that RE elbows out science like this.
Now, as you saw, this man was badgering the kids. He doesn't want to go to trained theologians, Muslim theologians, or public figures, or whatever it may be. He's going for the children. And really, he's arguing that this is false in the Quran. If the idea is that you have these, the sweet water, the fresh water, and the salty water, that there is a barrier between no such barrier exists. He said you can go to the kitchen. Yes, you can put the sweet, you can put these two waters together and mix them and disprove the Quran. This is such a weak and lazy approach. Don't you want to research what this verse is talking about in the first place?
In the first place, I like it when you act like in the first place. Be careful. Once your ass will turn loose out of your shoulder. Why you shake like that? I mean, are you serious? Didn't you want to go and read in the first place? So are you saying to me, all those Muslims who made the videos claiming that the Quran is speaking about the ocean and the sea are mixing, they are not reading like him?
Because if you just went to even an English translation of the exegesis of such verses,
the verse.
you don't realize that the prominent or the most popular exegetical opinion on this was that...
What is killing me, I want to know how many lice you have in your hair. I mean, you keep scratching your hair every 2 seconds. For the sake of Allah, just to smash it, kill it. I'm going to focus now in the lice in your head or in the idea. Stop doing that. By the way, the Prophet Muhammad was full of lies, in case you do not know. And yet the Muslim, they clean about hygienes in Islam. Go to the topic, man. So what happened now? What is the meaning of this verse? The girls, they said, the water, the salty water and the fresh water don't mix. What the Quran says, give us the answer.
The barrier in question were the land masses that were separating seas from rivers. For example, the Arabian Peninsula. For example, other land masses that separate these things. So on the one side of this land mass, you have maybe a sea, and the other side, you have a river, and within the land, you have a river flowing. This is what is being referred to here.
Look how stupid you are. But the Quran says they will never touch each other, you donkey. Have you ever heard of a fresh water and salty water never transgress? So now he tried to fix it. Now, and by the way, yes, this is what the Quran is saying. This is what the Quran is saying, I agree. But the Muslims, they lie always about everything. But now, because Muhammad Hijab, he noticed that this idea is stupid. We go to the kitchen, as this atheist, he said to them, we go to the kitchen, we grab a cup of water, salty water, and grab a cup of fresh water, put them together and let us see. Very simple, and we will find that they are mixed. So now he decided to mix it, he decided to fix it. But when he fixed it, he destroyed it too. He made Islam look stupid. But just to show you, I will let him finish his answer. And then you will ask yourself, if this is what it's meant, why then the Muslims, they have different opinion?
Water, sweet and salty, though they meet, they do not mix. There is a barrier which is forbidden to be trespassed. There is a bar.
Did you hear the word says they meet? Did you hear it? They meet. They meet. But they don't mix. So if the water, this is why we as Arab Christians, we laugh at the Quran, because we do not need a translator to lie to us and fool us what it says. It says they meet, and then the word barzakh mean a piece of land. So how they meet and between them a piece of land? Who is the stupid here? They meet, but there is a piece of land. But look, Zakir Naik, he is not a kid. This guy, he said, this atheist, he went to kids, talking to them, and the kids, they gave him wrong answer because they are not the trained one. They are not the expert one, the educated one. But this is Zakura Nayuka himself, peace be upon her, saying, yes, this is what it's meant, that water, salty water and fresh water are not mixing. Now, Muhammad Hijab, he want to wash his hands from what all Muslims videos in YouTube says, from all what they claim in the YouTube. Suddenly it is not true. This is what the Quran is saying, because they notice that this is really stupid. So now he want to wash his hand from it. Listen again to Prophet Zakir Bakura, may Allah bless her.
There is a barrier which is forbidden to be trespassed. There is a barzakh.
Barzakh. This is the only Arabic. This is the only Arabic word you know.
Understand what did it mean? Today, after science have advanced, we have come to know that whenever one type of water flows into the other type of water, sweet water flows into the salty water, it loses its constituents and gets homogenized into the water it flows. This transitional homogenizing area, according to the Quran, is called as the barzakh.
So look, barzakh, according to Muhammad Hijab, is a piece of land. Barzakh, according to Zakir Naik, is a transformation between the water. I mean, do you see how Islam is flexible? Barzakh is a piece of a dry land, and this is the correct meaning. So Mimi Hijab now, he noticed that this is the stupid thing. People are laughing at us. What do you mean they don't mix? If we keep saying what Zakir Naik saying, people will die laughing at us because water they mix. And they show you a picture of a river going in the ocean or two body of water and they have two different color. That is not because they are not mixing, you idiot. No scientist in the world, they will say that two water are not mixing. They mix every second. But because there is a huge body of water coming from different area, they have their own structure, and there is a huge from the other side. That's why we see they are separated, but in reality they are mixing. However, as long Mimi Hijab, he agreed about the answer I used to give always to the Muhammadan, that yes, there is a dry land. But how there is a dry land and they meet? If we go in the Quran, the yellow pages of Muhammad, we will find this. Chapter 25, verse number 53. Chapter 55, verse number 19. It says the following. And this is the one Mimi Hijab, peace be upon her, was quoting for us. He says, he has loosed the two seas, they meet. Do you see the word they meet? And there is a barrier between them, they cannot transgress. Translation here is very funny. Let us change. Who is the translator here? Bikta. Let us see Hilali Muhammad Khan. But all of us, we knew this is absolutely false. All the huge rivers in the world, if all the rivers, maybe some of them, they are so small, they don't end in the ocean, but all big rivers in the world, they end in the ocean. So how they never met? How they never transgress? So the stupid Muhammad, he came to his mind that, okay, you know what, this God, he created the fresh water alone and salty water alone so we can drink, and he will never allow them to mix. Look, I go right now in my well and I get fresh water. How come I don't get salty water? Because they are unable to transgress. And as you see here, they never transgress. And Mimi Hijab, he agreed. So this one is very funny. Let us go to the second one. Mimi Hijab. What? All right. Does the Quran mention sperm and not egg? Oh, that's a nice one.
Today, inshallah, we're going to be talking about a contention which is really a feeble and weak intention.
I have a request. Those who want to download the video later, cut every topic by itself and make it a video by itself. Don't post the whole thing. That will give you more view, easy to share, and easier for you. All right? And get more videos on your channel. And then when you get enough people subscribing, you can monetize it and make good money from the beard and the lies of Allah and His Prophet. So now let us see, does the Quran mention sperm and not eggs? Let us see what the Quran mentioned.
Contention, which, like many of those, is really lazy academics at its best. It's the contention that says that the Quran mentions sperm, but it does not mention ovum, and therefore the authorship of the Quran was unaware that such an ovum existed in the first place. Well, actually, the Quran doesn't mention spermatozoa. The word nutfa, which is sometimes translated as sperm drop. If you look at any of the ancient kind of linguistic dictionaries, it simply means qillatun min ma', or a minute quantity of liquid or fluid.
That's deep. Guys, nutfa is not even a sperm. It's little water. Mimi Hijab, you are stupid to the bones because we can get you busted from your prophet words. Let us go to the hadith and everybody will laugh at you. And not only that, we can go to every single interpretation for the verse and people will see who is the one is lying. I will type in the search engine only the word nutfa, nothing else, nothing more. Nutfa, here we go. And now we will find the hadith. And you will notice that every single Islamic translation, they make it translated as semen. This is Sahih Hadith. This is Al-Bukhari. Semen. Hadith number 318. This is Sahih Muslim. Semen. Hadith number 2644. This is Sahih Muslim. A drop of semen. Hadith number 2646. This is Sahih Al-Bukhari. Semen. Hadith number 6595. This is Al-Bukhari. Semen. Hadith number 3333. This is Riyadul Salihin. Semen. You see, I mean, he said that it doesn't even mean semen, but look like every single potato Muslim in the world translating it into semen when it is not semen. It's not, brother. So why the Muslim translated it this way? That's a good question then. Look like the Muhammadan, they are trying to help us to prove us right against the Muslims. Right? As you see, all of this hadith is not my, this is not my website, this is not my translation, this is not my reference. If it's not a sperm, then it's not a sperm. But we don't find any one of them saying water, little water. For this is not what it meant. This is speaking about actually even the Quran, when the Quran mentioned, there's a verse in the Quran, mentioned the word water, even that one is speaking about sperm. Even the word water, when you speak about the creation, you will speak about sperm. Because the Quran divides two creation. There is a creation of Adam, that is Allah, he says, he created Adam from mud, not water. Mud, tinun lazib. When he speak about the semen, either he used the word water directly, or he used the word nutfa, which is more specific about semen. So he's trying to fix it, but it doesn't work. It is humility. It is duct tape, which he's trying to find out a solution for it. But let us go back. Maybe he have something more to offer beside what he just said. So what the Quran is speaking about the baby, how the baby is created.
That's what it means. Now, some translators have translated this to mean spermatozoa, or not even that, sperm drop, or something like this. But that is us putting our own kind of 21st century glasses on and imposing it on the Quran. The Quran, even now, the Arabs, when they're talking about, when they write in their kind of scientific textbooks about sperm, they call it al-haywan al-manawi. Okay,
the only hayawan is you idiot. He says that the Arab, when they speak about semen, they call it al-haywan al-manawi. They are trying to translate what is written in the English and Latin books, you donkey. This is why they are using different word. But all of us, we knew that nutfa is the semen, the sperm specifically. Not a single sperm, many. Which is a mistake again, because if you are created from all and millions of semen, that means science is wrong. If you are created from one only, that means Quran is making more decision about how many. However, either one is wrong, because one semen doesn't make a baby, or a billion semen doesn't make a baby. The semen duty or the sperm's duty is to fertilize the egg. And the egg is not a semen, and the baby is not a semen. It's not the semen start getting bigger and bigger and make a baby. No, this is what your Quran is saying. So he's trying to make it, oh, it's just a little water. What little water? Explain to us what is the little water in the verse.
Basically, the animal, which sperm animal, you know, this is how they would translate it.
Stop
because
touching your nose.
Nutfa is not specific enough to that very, you know, sperm that we see in diagrams. I'm sure you've seen in pictures and so on, in films or whatever it may be. So the Quran doesn't mention that, nor does it mention the egg. It doesn't mention the egg in its, because no one would understand this. I mean, think about the Quran is trying to reach out to a 7th century, 8th century, 9th century audience, not just a 21st century audience. Imagine if it's telling the end user here that inside of the sperm that comes out or you emit as a man, there is actually animals in there. Or the people would be like, what's this talking about? I mean, think about that. The Quran.
So now he's trying to say to you, at that time the Quran was speaking to stupid people, they will not understand. Okay. So Allah don't want to know He will speak to us today? Are you saying He used the wrong word? Are you saying the Quran never mentioned how the baby is made? What little water? I will go with him. If the nutfa mean little water, explain to me how little water became a baby. You just said water. Continue.
Quran uses phraseology which is appropriate for all peoples in all times. It uses perfect phraseology which we, as for example 21st century end users of the Quranic discourse, can understand, you know, with for example the biological and embryological understanding of today. But also that it couldn't alienate the 7th or 8th century or 9th century or 10th century people up until the age when the microscope was developed. This is foolishness at its core, really, this assumption. So yes, it doesn't mention the sperm in that sense, it doesn't mention the ovum in that sense, but the indications, to be quite honest with you, are all there that show that the authorship of the Quran, or the author of the Quran was acutely aware. Like for example, نطفة أمشاج إن خلقنا الإنسان من نطفة أمشاج نبتليه فجعلناه سميعا بصيرا, as it says in Surah Al-Insan, chapter number 76, verse number 2. We have created the human being from a mixture.
Mixture. Let us see the mixture from your prophet and get you busted. Here we go. This is your prophet. Explaining what does that mean. Remember, he said it's a mixture. So what is the mixture which create the baby? It is the orgasm, not anything else. Not an egg inside the woman. It is the orgasm of the man and the orgasm of the women. When a woman, she came to Muhammad, she had her hand over her vagina and she was pointing there down. She said to him, Prophet, yesterday I was having sexual dream intercourse. A man, he was doing a lot of bang bang to me, so I have something here, look here, you see, it's wet. So the Prophet, now he want to give her advice, because the Prophet, this is what he do. I mean, this is what the Prophet for. Women, they come to your door asking you about their wet dream. What we should do? She have orgasm. The conversation is so clear, and this is Sahih al-Bukhari. Let us read together. Salama said, this is the wife of Muhammad. She said, Salim, this is the hooker who came to Muhammad. O Allah Messenger, and by the way, this woman later she offered herself to the Prophet to F her. O Allah Messenger, Allah does not refrain from saying the truth. Sure, come on. This is what the Muslims they say. There's no shame in Islam. Ask any question you want as long as it's about the vagina. But don't question Islam. Ask about the vagina, you're good to go. Is it obligatory for a woman to take a bath after she got nocturnal discharge? Focus with me. Nocturnal, I don't know if I'm saying the word correctly. Discharge, he said yes. If she noticed the water between two brackets, i.e. discharge. Do you see the word water? Guys, do you see the word water? Water. The word here is used is water, not even sperm. Salama said, does a woman discharge? The wife of Muhammad, she never had orgasm. This is telling you what kind of penis Muhammad he has. his wife, she cannot believe that women, they have this charge ever. And the Muhammadan, they say to you that the Prophet have the power of 40 men. The wife of Muhammad asking what she said? What? Women, they guys, imagine how embarrassing that you are talking, you know, you are a prophet who speak about how powerful you are in bed, and then the wife sitting next to you, and she say, what? This charge? What she is talking about, Muhammad? Oh, honey, don't worry about her. She's you know, just go to the kitchen, okay? Go to the. And now Muhammad now want to explain. So he said to his wife, yeah. Then why does the child resemble the mother? So Muhammad Hijab is trying to fix it. According to Muhammad, the women and the man, when they have sex, that this charge coming out, not in. The discharge coming out from the man, coming out from the women, they meet together. And that what make the child resemble the mother if the women have this charge, which is absolutely scientifically, you know. Like now, if we look at any of you, I don't want to choose any name of yours. You want to see if you are really who in the bed have discharge first, your dad or your mom. If you are a male, this is number one. Obviously, your dad have discharge first. If you are a female, that your mom, she have orgasm first. And if you are a female and you look like your mother, that mean for sure 100% she have full discharge. If you are a female and you look like you are a female, but you don't look like your mother, but you look like your father, because perhaps your father and your mother, they come in the same time. This is the science of a Prophet Muhammad. And Mimi Hijab trying to fix it. According to Muhammad, the water she see, remember, we are talking about a woman, she saw something in her vagina. Not inside. She's alone. She's not with the man. She talking about washing her vagina. Should she wash? Should she wash? As you see, and Muhammad, he claimed that the orgasm of the women is the reason for the baby to resemble his mother. Mimi Hijab is doing his best to fix it, but he make it more worse. But hold on. Mimi Hijab will not stop here until he screw his prophet with a screwdriver. I just noticed here, actually, it says the same topic. If we go down here, it says about the ribs, you know, where the semen and the sperm is coming from. So number 24 in the minute 41 and 2 seconds, it says, does the Quran say sperm come from between the backbone and the ribs? And look, the stupid, he just said it doesn't mean semen, it doesn't mean a sperm, and now he is using the word sperm. People, do you see the stupidity of this monkey? So in the previous, the video we are playing right now, he is saying it doesn't say semen. The Quran never mentioned the word semen. Are you with me? The Quran, he was saying the Quran never said the word semen. He just, because those videos, he made them in part, not in one day, you know, and then they put them together. So the donkey, he forgot what he said, that he denied the Quran saying semen, and now he is saying in the moment 41, does the Quran say sperms come from between the backbone and the ribs? So nutfa was not a semen, never said semen. Now, the word, and he said that mean water. Water. But when we go to that chapter here, we will see that it says water. He himself is the one who translated as a sperm. Let us go there and laugh together.
Today, inshallah, we're going to be talking about a verse which is littered all over these kind of anti-Islamic websites.
Anti-Islamic website, brother. What I did. Sorry.
Assalamu alaikum.
Hold on.
Today, inshallah, we're going to be talking about a verse which is littered all over these kind of anti-Islamic websites. This is in chapter 86, verse number 7, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, فَلْيَنْظُرِ الْإِنسَانِ مِمَّا خُلِقَ مِنْ مَاءٍ دَافِقٍ يَخْرُجُ مِنْ بَيْنِ الصُّلْبِ وَالتَّرَائِبِ. That let human beings see where he has been, from what he has been created. He has been created from a secreted or a gushing fluid that comes from, or that he comes from, and we'll talk about the differences in translation.
Now, I hope now he will not scratch his head no more. No more lies. Focus with me, people. Focus with me. Focus with me, Muslims, and see how this stupid idiot, he just got his prophet busted again. The same Quran, the same story about the creation, just the video before it, in the same video, he denied that the Quran is speaking about semen ever. The Quran just say water, little water. Doesn't say semen. Now he is saying it is semen.
بين الصلب والترائب, between the backbone and the ribs. And obviously here, صلب والترائب is translated in more than one way, and we'll come to this. The contention is that this is actually unscientific, because we know that spermiogenesis happens in the testicles, and it doesn't happen between the backbones and the ribs, for example. And the assumption obviously is that what is being referred to in the verse when it says ma'in dafiq is sperm, and therefore this verse is out of line with observable reality, and it's a proof against Islam. This is the contention. So let's deal with one thing at a time. First and foremost, what does the words sulb and tara'ib actually mean? So there are three opinions which are represented in the classical literature and the dictionaries. Either we're talking about the backbone and the ribs of the man, or we're talking about the backbones of the ribs and the backbones of the man and the ribs of the woman, or we're talking about the backbone and the ribs of the woman, and we're not talking about the secreted liquid or the secreted fluids, but instead we're talking about the insan, the human being himself. Because the verse says, فَلْيَنْظُرِ الْإِنسَانِ مَا خُلِقَ, let the human being see from which, or from that which he has been created. خُلِقَ مِن مَاءٍ دَافِقٍ, he has been created from a gushing or secreted fluid. يَخْرُجُ مِن بَيْنِ الصُّلْبِ وَالتَّرَائِبِ, which comes from between the backbone and the ribs. Now, could it mean that the human being, يعني فَلْيَنْظُرِ الْإِنسَانِ مِمَّا خُلِقَ, let the human being see where he is being created from. خُلِقَ مِن مَاءٍ دَافِقٍ, and taqdeer here is خُلِقَ الْإِنسَانِ مِن مَاءٍ دَافِقٍ, that the insan was created from ماء دافق, secreted fluid. يخرج من بين يخرج الإنسان يعني من بين الصلب والترائب, that the insan, it comes.
Look how they changed the meaning. The Quran saying that the human being come from between the backbone and the ribs. This is what the Quran is saying. Simple. The Quran is not saying that there is a sperm coming from the backbone and the ribs. No. But the verse says, gushing fluid, ma'in dafiq. Let us go to the hadith and see what ma'in dafiq mean, and get Mimi Hijab busted again. As usual. Here we go. Ma'in dafiq. What ma'in dafiq mean? We will see in a minute. Let us see. where it's mention of a man, whenever you know, mission on when a man he kisses his wife, and if a man he kisses his wife, a mission occur that only have sacrifice an animal. So here they are talking about ma'in dafiq, but in translation is not shows as it is. But here this is the word ma'in dafiq. Ma'in dafiq. If a man he come to his wife and there is no emission of or ejaculation, that was ma'in dafiq. Ma'in dafiq is ejaculation. It's not even about a human being, your donkey, coming from the women. It's about ejaculation. It says in the Quran in front of you, it is a water gushing forth. When a human being he come out, he come as water gushing forth, or this is the orgasm. Let us go here. And the funny is, this guy, he is the same one who says, in the beginning he says, why those people don't go and see what the interpretation go? Why those people don't go and read any tafsir, what they say? Suddenly he don't want to see tafsir. He don't want to show you any tafsir, because tafsir will get him busted. Chapter 86, verse number 6. It says, is created from water gushing forth. It's not. What is gushing forth is the water. Who is the one that's proceeding? The water. Suddenly Mimi Hijab, he tried to fix it. He make it, oh, this is about the human being, the baby. He is gushing forth. Let us go and see Ibn Kathir, the one, Mimi Hijab himself. He asked me last time I spoke to him, this is the only time, he will not dare to make it happen again. He said, Ibn Kathir says that, Ibn Kathir? Let us go and see what Ibn Kathir he said about that. And now Mimi Hijab, he will wash the face of Ibn Kathir with his ass. Let us see, chapter 86, verse number 6. So suddenly the Muhammadan, they have totally different interpretation for the Quran. All of this is the purpose is to find a way to duct tape the stupid Quran. So let us see what Ibn Kathir he said. Let the human being see how is it created. This is alerting the man weakness of the origin which he was created. The intent of it is to guide man to accept the reality that the hereafter, because whoever is able to begin the creation, then he can also repeat the creation. Okay, and then he says, explain the verse. He created the water gushing, he is created from water gushing forth, meaning the sexual fluid that comes out, bursting forth from both the man and the women. Mimi Hijab, peace upon her, made it that the one is gushing forth is the baby. The human being come out from between the backbone and the ribs. But the Quran is saying that the backbone is the backbone of the man and the ribs is the ribs of the women. And the water is gushing forth. So the Quran assumes that women have a sperm coming from their ribs and men, they have a sperm coming from their backbone. And I find it very funny that Mimi Hijab, he agreed that, yes, you know, it cannot be that sperm is coming from the backbone. It cannot be that a sperm is coming from the ribs. And he is the same person in the same video he mentioned, when we mentioned about this guy, who the atheist who spoke to the Muslims, he said, why he don't go and open any tafsir? If he open any tafsir, he will find the answer. The question now, where Mimi Hijab he get tafsir, his tafsir from? As long you are asking them to get their tafsir, are you now a mufassir? Are you now a scholar of the scholars? Are you now more educated than Al-Qurtubi, Al-Tabari, Al-Jalalain, etc.? Is Ibn Kathir the one who make tea and coffee for you, Mimi Hijab, and you send him to buy you falafel when you are doing your studies? So in order to cover the stupidity, we fabricate something is not there. In the same here, let us see if there's anything connected. I'm trying to connect all the stories he mentioned about the baby creation. This is a semen, the sperm coming from between the backbone. Oh, we got him busted, you know, already. Okay. This is again about the baby creation. So I'm trying to play them together so we can laugh. In the minute and 2 hours and 16 minutes and 52 seconds. Number 9. Does Quran word alaqa only mean congealed blood? Let us connect all those together so we can come with the conclusion and the Quran science about how the baby is made.
Inshallah, today what we're going to be talking about is something which relates to the subject.
I love it that you grow, you know, I mean, you play the video before it, he have no hair. The video after it, he have long hair. The video before it, he have no hair. I mean, this guy, he have a wig. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so what the subject?
Of Quran and embryology. And a particular contention which people have, which is that the Quran allegedly says, according to these detractors, that I've seen their material on anti-Islamic websites, that the Quran, that the human being is made up from a congealed clot of blood, and we know from embryological study that that is not the case. And they say the word alaqa, which is the operative word, the important word, it doesn't mean to cling or to be attached to something, which is what many Muslims of today say, which they say is a superimposition of modern scientific jargon into the vocabulary of the Quran. So let's deal with these two contentions one by one. The first thing I'm going to be dealing with, inshallah, is the second thing I've just mentioned, which is the fact that this word alaqa cannot mean something which clings or something which is attached to something else. And that in the vast commentarial tradition and the vast exegetical tradition for 1,400 years, this meaning was unknown to medieval scholars, and this meaning was not used in this way to indicate attachment or connection. The truth of the matter is that is false. That, in fact, medieval scholars from the very early days of Islam were mentioning in their treatises, in their dictionaries, and in their exegetical and commentarial works, that in fact, alaqa does mean to be attached to or connected to. So I'll give you one or two examples. Ibn al-Jawzi, he says this, and he was a 6th century scholar. Al-Asfahani, who...
Let us see first one by one. Remember, this guy, he went to all the Muslim scholars, and then he said, Ibn al-Jawzi. Ibn al-Jawzi. So, Muhammadan, if I go right now and look at what Ibn al-Jawzi said, we should find that Ibn al-Jawzi did not say ever that it is dead blood. Who is a Muslim would like to call me live on air and read for me what Ibn al-Jawzi said? I'm going to open Ibn al-Jawzi. This is your Islamic website. And whatever Ibn al-Jawzi say, we will take. Who is a Muhammadan? He want to get Muhammad Hijab busted with no mercy. And tell us what Ibn al-Jawzi said. Any Muhammadan? You know, I think that Mimi Hijab, when he did make this video, he knew that the Muslims is the one who will watch it. And if there's non-Muslims, they don't know even who is this guy Ibn Jawzi. Where we going? Where we are we going to find him? Even where to read his book? And if we find it's going to be in Arabic. I would like to call Mimi Hijab, if he there, to tell me what Ibn al-Jawzi said. What if I show you, and I show everybody here, that Ibn al-Jawzi, he said that it is a dead blood, and it is a solid blood, not only dead blood. Let me open Ibn al-Jawzi. This is Ibn al-Jawzi. Mimi Hijab, he says, as an example, there is scholars who explain this word. It doesn't mean dead blood. It doesn't mean blood at all. It means something is hanging. Yes, brother. And he lied and he said they are from the 6th century. Those are people from the 11th century. And you are a fraud. And this is Ibn al-Jawzi. Let us see what he said. Actually, Ibn al-Jawzi, he got you busted in two things. You said that nutfa does not mean sperm. Ibn al-Jawzi, he said, النطفة فهي المني. It is a semen. والعلقة دم عبيط جامد. العلقة is a dead blood. The monkey, he is the one who asked me to open the book of al-Jawzi, Ibn al-Jawzi, not me. I mean, from all the scholars, he is sure now, he decided, he look all around, where I can find. So he looked for someone, nobody can find him. This is the website of Ibn al-Jawzi. All of you open it. Open it in Google browser, so you can click at Google Translation. You can switch to Google Translation. After you open the website, I want you to click in the right side of the page. You see the page have like a different format. Like there is a window here, scroll by itself, and the Quran at the top is fixed. You see? So let us see if that will work. I don't know if that will work. Translate to English. If not, I will find different page. Here we go. We read it from the top. Is it a blood, and it's a solid blood? Remember, he is the one who said that it doesn't say anywhere semen. So here it says semen. Here the translation saying lump of a blood. The Arabic says solid blood, which means dead. Jamid. Anyone who speak Arabic, he knew. Jamid. Let me show it to you again. This is the word jamid. So Mimi Hijab, peace be upon her, she decided to go to a book, and this book is going to explain to us that they are lying. The enemy of Allah, they are saying it is dead blood, it is solid blood. No. I will show you someone from the 6th century. Liar, he is from the 11th century. When he said 6th century, is just to deceive you, to make you believe this is from the time of Muhammad, the earliest. Look like this guy he made tafsir of the Quran before the Quran. Because in the 6th century, Muhammad don't have a book yet. This is the 6th century of Islam, which means the year 1100 something. However, this idiot, he choose for us a book, agree about two things. He said it doesn't say sperm, and as you see, it says a sperm. He said it doesn't say that CP. The turn to be, it says that CP. Do you see it, people? Anyone, any Muslim can tell me how stupid this idiot? And this is the guy who did the study to show us how to refute. Same time, as long we prove now from the book of his choice. Remember, can he now say, I don't accept al-Jawzi? Can Mimi Hijab say, al-Jawzi is a donkey? You are quoting him because you are trying to prove your case by getting a scholar from the 6th century, brother. Can you now deny that you got yourself busted in everything you said? You lie, you said the Quran never mentioned the word semen, but Ibn al-Jawzi, he said semen. Let us go back to the video. So first reference, he said, we got him busted with it. Did you guys get the reference? People, did you get the link? Did we get the link? If there's anyone did not get the link, don't ask me later for the link. May Allah link you. This is the link again, save it. And go to Mimi Hijab and show him how stupid you are. Christian Prince got you busted. You thought nobody will go after what you said? Well, we are here to laugh at you, at your prophet. So now we prove, actually, as long as this is the scholar he approved, we prove Islam to be false, because he himself, Mimi Hijab, agreed that this cannot be true. If this is true, this is a scientific mistake. Let us go back to Mimi Hijab. May Allah bless her. She has given us all the jewels you can imagine. Who can deny the jewels of Mimi Hijab? So it was where to start from the beginning again. Okay, here we go.
Inshallah, today what we're going to be talking about is something which relates to the subject of Quran and embryology, and a particular contention which people have, which is that the Quran allegedly says, according to these detractors, that I've seen their material on anti-Islamic websites, that the Quran, that the human being is made up from a congealed clot of blood, and we know from embryological study that that is not the case. And they say,
people, be my witness. Did he say that is not the case? And isn't it him who chose Ibn al-Jawzi? And isn't it Ibn al-Jawzi, he said, well, this is now what it is. It is dead blood. Before I continue with more reference he will give us, let us go and see the hadith. Look like Mimi Hijab, he knew better than his prophet. When we read the hadith, how Muhammad explained how Allah, he created the baby. What the hadith says. First of all, Muhammad, he claimed that you are collected as semen in your mother belly for 40 nights. Maybe this is the case for me. I don't think this is the case for everybody, because I have special skills and look like Allah was taking a lot of time to create me if he is the creator. So 40 days inside your mother belly, and you are collected as what? As a semen. But this is not what we are talking about. We are talking about the blood. Look what the Muslim translation is saying. Look like the Muslims are the anti-Islam too. He said he saw that the anti-Islamic phobic people saying it's a clot of blood. Remember, the one who said that is the anti-Islam. But this is the hadith of his prophet, and this is the Muslim website, and this is their translation. It is now a clot of blood. The question here to Mimi Hijab, who her hair is growing, shorting hair, shorting, growing. I don't know, it's a miracle how this happened. Why the Muslims are saying it's a congealed blood if it is not? Can you explain to me? Are they helping us? Are they taking our side? Are they making things up? Is the Muslims Islamophobic too? Maybe the Muslims are anti-Islam. Maybe, you know, the owners of Islamic website, all of them, they are anti-Muhammad. Something fishy, brother, you know. So, not only that, if we go to the translation, if we go to the translation, we will see the Muslim translated as a congealed blood too. Remember, he saw that translation in the anti-Muslim videos. Absolutely false. This is not what Islam teaches, brother. But isn't this your Islamic translation? Let us see who is the one who translate that. Look, this guy is a Christian. His name is Muhammad Hilali and Muhammad Khan. Double Muhammad. Double Muhammad, they translate the Quran. They come with double cloth. So the anti-Islamic brother, they are lying, saying it is a piece of thick coagulated blood, when nowhere it mentioned that. It's a lie. It's a lie. Sometime I can fly. The Muslims, they think they can fly with their lies. And then the Muslim, they look at the comment underneath, and the Muslim says, praise be to Allah, brother, for having you. You refuted them all. You got them busted. Brother, you did the great job, brother. And if you finished them. Did you just say Ibn Jawzi? Here we go. Ibn Jawzi got them busted. Brother, do you have more reference beside Ibn Jawzi? Oh, yeah. You think only I have Ibn Jawzi? You are kidding me? Listen, I will give you more.
The word alaqa, which is the operative word, the important word, it doesn't mean to cling or to be attached to something, which is what many Muslims of today say, which they say is a superimposition of modern scientific jargon into the vocabulary of the Quran. So let's deal with these two contentions one by one. The first thing I'm going to be dealing with, inshallah, is the second thing I've just mentioned, which is the fact that this word alaqa cannot mean something which clings or something which is attached to something else.
Potato, you are the one who said that the word nutfa is a water. And no, you are your donkey. You are saying, they are trying to convince us, the Quran saying that nutfa, which is water, is it clinking in something? That's what you are trying to say? And then you quote for us Ibn Jawzi. This is telling us that you never opened the book of Al-Jawzi. Maybe you never have it. Somebody told you. In fact, I am 100% sure that you never had the book of Al-Jawzi, because if you have it, you will read it. If you read it, you will never mention it. There is no way a person will mention such a book, and he did read it. GPT is amazing. Oh boy. Let us see the second reference he have.
And that in the vast commentarial tradition and the vast exegetical tradition for 1,400 years, this meaning was unknown to medieval scholars, and this meaning was not used in this way to indicate attachment or connection. The truth of the matter is that is false. That, in fact, medieval scholars from the very early days of Islam were mentioning in their treatises, in their dictionaries, and in their exegetical and commentarial works, that in fact, alaqa does mean to be attached to or connected to. So I'll give you one or two examples. Ibn al-Jawzi, he says this, and he was a 6th century scholar. Al-Asfahani, who has a dictionary talking about the mufradat of the Quran, or the singular words of the Quran, he also mentions that one of the meanings of the word alaqa is something to be attached to sahibuhu, to its companion. So something to be attached to something else.
You know, the funny is that the word alaqa is called alaqa simply because it is attached. But this is not the question. The word alaqa is a given description for blood and blood only. When you hurt yourself, you have a blood attached to your skin. If you wash it when it's still fresh, you can do that. But the more you give it time, the more this blood will make a alaqa. And the Quran saying it clearly that semen become a alaqa, not aliq. The semen itself become, it's a transformation. If you remember, we opened the Quran for you. Let us see here. It says, we made the nutfa into a clot. So what become a clot? The nutfa. Muhammad Hijab, he says that the nutfa is not semen, it's water. Al-Jawzi, the same scholar he mentioned, he said it is a semen. And I wonder why he don't want to quote Al-Jawzi for semen too. And that nutfa, which is the semen, but if we take it as Muhammad Hijab, he said it's just water, that water become a clot, between two brackets, a piece of thick conjugated blood. We can change the translator. We are not choosing I'm just randomly, let us say Khattab. I'm just using Islamic translation. A clinging clot of a blood that developed clot into the lump. And here you ask yourself, why every Islamic translation saying what Muhammad Hijab trying to fight? The answer is very simple. Because it's already proven to be false. So how we can accept something false? We have to duct tape. I'm just switching translation from one to one randomly. I don't know what will come next. Remember, he said nowhere it says semen, but as you see, the Muslim, they keep saying semen. Yusuf Ali. Let us see what Yusuf Ali is saying. We made the sperm into a clot of a congealed blood. But Muhammad Hijab, he noticed those things happen only in anti-Islamic websites. So it turned to be that all Muslim scholars are anti-Islamic website. What if I go right now and see what Ibn Kathir is saying, or Al-Qurtubi, or Al-Jalalain? Are the anti-Islamic website, chapter 23, verse number 14. This is Ibn Kathir. And ask yourself, if you are a Muhammadan, who you want to talk? Someone in YouTube, or the ones they themselves, they ask you to open. When he start his video, he is the one who asked you. He asked this guy, the atheist who met with the kids, why you did not open the tafsir? Huh? Why you did not open the tafsir? Why? You did that on purpose, don't you? You don't want to open the tafsir, but it turned to be he is the one who don't want to open the tafsir. And he started giving us his own tafsir. And now, if we see what Ibn Kathir is saying, is Mimi Hijab going to say he is anti-Islamic, he is Islamophobic? What he will say? Let us read what Ibn Kathir is saying. And we made the nutfa, which is the water gushing forth, that come out of the line of the man, which is the backbones actually, i.e. the back, and the ribs of the women, i.e. the bones of her chest. And then it become a red clot. Ikrama, he said, this is blood. Mimi Hijab is telling you that you have it wrong. You are listening to the anti-Islamic, phobic, demonic, sick people who hate Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. This is Ibn Kathir. And we can show you the same from Al-Qurtubi, Al-Tabari, Al-Jalalain. It turned to be that all of them, they are wrong, and now we are in trouble, so we need to find an exit. We need to find an exit. So let us go back to the video of Mimi Hijab, may Allah bless her, so the comedy will continue. Okay. Give us more reference, please. I will try not to stop him, so we can listen to more.
To be connected to it. So this is a specious and uninformed claim, quite frankly. I'm quite surprised, I'll be honest, that these individuals who are making these claims didn't do themselves the academic justice.
See? They did not do the academic, they did not do the academic justice. They did not do the academic justice. Ibn Kathir, Ibn al-Jawzi, the one he chose for us, they did not do the academic justice. Al-Qurtubi, Al-Jalalain, Ibn Hummus, Ibn Falafel, Ibn Mut'a, all of them, they did not do the academic justice. The guy who kept sniffing his nose, he is the one who did academic justice. Tell us more.
Of looking at these medieval books, or they were foolish enough to think that we were not going to do that. Indeed, these meanings are there, they are codified, they are written, and they exist.
Really?
Now, the second contention is they say, well, okay, let's give it to you. It could mean to be attached to or connected to something, which will go in line with modern embryonic understanding of the embryo being attached to the uterine wall. And obviously, through the umbilical cord and other things, taking from the nutrients of the host, in this case, the mother. They say, fine, it's in connection with this, but this other thing or meaning is completely unscientific, which is the meaning of a congealed blood, because they say it's not blood at all. It's not blood. The composition, the chemical composition of the fetus is not a bloody one. It's not one that is composed primarily of blood. And you see, this is where their argument is going to fall flat on its face, because this again is a weakness of the understanding of the Arabic language. And in fact,
stop. Open your eyes, clean your ears. Mimi Hijab is going to give us an Arabic lesson. He said to David Wood, I know this is coming. You don't speak Arabic, you don't speak Hebrew. Elijah, I mean, God is with us.
Fact, a weakness of the understanding of the Sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Because the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam himself said,
Yeah.
he said in the hadith that two things have become allowed for us, or two things which are mayyit or dead, and two things, and he referred to the word daman, two bloods. The word dam in Arabic means blood.
I don't know, I think I skipped part of it because he did mention another scholar. Why I did not hear it? Hold on. He mentioned another scholar. I don't reference. I think I skipped it by mistake. Sorry guys, I have to play it again. But this time I will not skip it so we can
Inshallah, today what we're going to be talking about is something which relates to the subject of Quran and embryology, and a particular contention which people have, which is that the Quran allegedly says, according to these detractors, that I've seen their material on anti-Islamic websites, that the Quran, that the human being is made up from a congealed clot of blood, and we know from embryological study that that is not the case. And they say the word alaqa, which is the operative word, the important word, it doesn't mean to cling or to be attached to something, which is what many Muslims of today say, which they say is a superimposition of modern scientific jargon into the vocabulary of the Quran. So let's deal with these two contentions one by one. The first thing I'm going to be dealing with, inshallah, is the second thing I've just mentioned, which is the fact that this word alaqa cannot mean something which clings or something which is attached to something else. And that in the vast commentarial tradition and the vast exegetical tradition for 1,400 years, this meaning was unknown to medieval scholars, and this meaning was not used in this way to indicate attachment or connection. The truth of the matter is that is false. That, in fact, medieval scholars from the very early days of Islam were mentioning in their treatises, in their dictionaries, and in their exegetical and commentarial works, that in fact, alaqa does mean to be attached to or connected to. So I'll give you one or two examples. Ibn al-Jawzi, he says this, and he was a 6th century scholar. Al-Asfahani, who has a dictionary.
So, now we got you. Guys, he said Al-Asfahani, he said that too. Aha! Shall we go to Al-Asfahani? Aman Rabbi Aman. If we go to Al-Asfahani, I mean, the funny is, the Muslims are taking the interpretation of the Quran and the meaning of the Arabic word from somebody, he is from Iran. He's a Persian. Al-Asfahani. So, Al-Asfahani, brother, he said, brother, okay, I will go and see Al-Asfahani, what he said. Give me a second. What Al-Asfahani said? Let us see. I'm going to open the book of Al-Asfahani. Are you sure, Mimi Hijab, that Al-Asfahani said that? What if Al-Asfahani did not say that, and he said the opposite? I mean, how you are going to fix this scandal, potato? This is the book of Al-Asfahani. Mimi Hijab, I just whipped the floor with your face. This is Al-Asfahani, Gharib al-Quran. And by the way, the page before it, the one I showed you, which one? The one, yeah, the one, it doesn't show page number. It doesn't show page number. Yeah, that website doesn't show page number, but here we see page number. This is Al-Asfahani, and I'm going to switch to translation Arabic to English. Remember, this coward, he is the one who just mentioned to us two references to prove his point. Those are not my choice. I am not the one who came with it. I am not the one who made it. I am not the one who chosen it. So you have no excuse, Muslims, to say Mimi Hijab, he chose the wrong one. You make a video, you prepare for it to refute the errors in the Quran, and you mention that you are going to give us two examples of early scholars who they say that this does not mean dead blood and solid blood. And guess what? Both of them, they say so. Both of them, they say so. This is Al-Asfahani, value number 1, page number 343. 343. Let me sing it for you. Al-Asfahani, value number 1, page number 343. And not only that in one place, no, he repeat that. Al-Asfahani, value number 1, page number 579. Let us use Google Translation, peace be upon him. It is what? The translation is not too much accurate, but we will go with it. And the leash is solid blood. Guys, does it say solid blood? Does it say solid blood? And from it the baby is made. Do you see it? This is one scholar. Now this is, let's say, Asfahani. Where is the Asfahani? Here we go. This is Asfahani here. Book name Mufradat fi Gharib al-Quran. This is the one he chose. He said he have even a dictionary for the Quran. So now we are in the dictionary which Mimi Hijab he mentioned. Value number 1, page number 343. That leash which is attached is a solid blood, which is where the baby is made from, and he's born from it. We will go to the page after just we finish here. Again, Mufradat Gharib al-Quran, the same book for Al-Asfahani. Part number 1, page number 579. Al-Alaqa, which is the attached, the translation is not coming right, which is a solid blood, which is the baby is born from it. And the rest of the scholars, they agree. All the Islamic scholars agree. It's a solid blood, solid blood, solid blood. All those are the solid Muslim scholars. And then this idiot Mimi Hijab, he choose from all of those someone he thought nobody will find their books. This guy, he have very little tiny small books. He said to himself, it's very hard to find his reference. So how in the world they are going to find the reference for this guy? They will not be able to find it. So let us open the first one and use Google Translation again. And we will share the link with you. The translation is not too much accurate, but what I can do, I mean, this is what we have. However, the important for us, it is a solid blood. That alaqa, which is attached, is a solid blood, and from it, that alaqa, which is the baby is born. All his video here is to prove to us that it doesn't say that, CP. Is that correct? And he agreed, this is no way the Quran saying that. And he is the one, he said, I choose those scholars. It's not me. And now we show you two scholars, both of them of his choice, and both of them they say it is blood, and it is solid blood. And this is the reference in front of you. Open it with Google browser. Muslims, how you feel? How you feel that this guy from all the Islamic books, he chosen books to prove that he is a liar. A Muslim in the chat, he said, Christian Prince is a internet scholar. My friend, you cannot refute what I show in the screen. The Muslims, they are very much embarrassed with Mimi Hijab quoting scholars proving the Quran to be wrong. So they try to make a drama about a Christian Prince. The drama is about how stupid your prophet is and how much duct tape you Muslims needed to duct tape his stupidity in the Quran. When your brother, he spent day and night, he spent a lot of time in this video to make this video. To the point his hair grow, his hair is shaved, his hair is gray, grow. I mean, did you notice what happened with this guy? This guy, he spent century preparing for this video. One time his hair is zero. One time his hair is long. And this is what you come with, you idiot? You bring me reference saying the opposite of what you claim, proving the enemy of Islam to be right, that yes, the Quran says it's a dead blood. When he mentioned to us Ibn al-Jawzi, don't he knew that Ibn al-Jawzi, he say clearly that the word nutfa means semen? Don't he knew? So if this is after studying the case and the video is to refute the errors, if this is how we refute the error, by quoting the scholars agree with the enemies of Allah. One day I will lose my breath laughing at this garbage religion. And actually, I didn't enjoy really being in YouTube. I didn't enjoy even having people here because most of them, they are fake. But I enjoy spanking the devil, Allah and his prophet with no mercy. My 5-finger print is all over the ass of Muhammad because of the help of Mimi Hijab and Lily Dawah. And be my witness, I am not the one who is giving them the spank. It is by their help. Because if I go and quote Ibn al-Jawzi myself, the Muslim, they say to me, how come you did not quote the other scholars? This guy, he made the video specifically to refute. And he chosen scholars agree supposedly with him. But the second we opened the books, we found they don't agree with him. They agree with the enemies of Islam. This will remind me of the donkey, the ketchup boy. You know, do you remember the video of the $5,000 to bring me the real Quran? Let me find it. Hold on. So just for Allah, for comedy. A Christian brother from Pakistan, sorry. He offered $5,000 if you can show me the original Quran. Brother, I mean, who can do that? Let us be honest. I mean, you offer $1,000 to prove the Quran. Are you crazy? The Muslims have the proof. The stupid Uthman, the ketchup boy, he went to our brother and he have a book in his hand. And he came to him with the book. And he said, listen, I got the book. Give me the money. Oh boy.
Everybody knows when you came up our booth
that there is no Allah. They have a sign that says there is no Allah. So, up in LA, Santa Monica, Hollywood, going down to Mexico, to Tijuana, and our da'wah is growing, alhamdulillah. And even yesterday, alhamdulillah, in San Diego, we had 2 people accept Islam.
Agree, yeah.
In Mexico, we had 4 people. In LA,
in Taiwan too.
But some of these cowards, the little mice that want to run around and say as if we're scared to be at Balboa Park, this is my park. I put it on the map. So alhamdulillah, we're here.
He put it in the
Whenever
map.
we're in San Diego, alhamdulillah, I'm going to come out to Balboa Park. I'm going to be giving da'wah out here. Sometimes I'm going to go to different locations in San Diego because our da'wah is growing. Sometimes we're going to go all over the world. We're not.
Let us go to the book. Where is the book story? There we go.
These cowards, you don't see anybody accepting the religion. You just see them trying to trick people into saying things and trying to make clips and baits, putting my picture in their thumbnails when I'm not even there. But I'm here. And we brought the books. You see, we brought the Mus'haf Uthman radiyallahu anhu, an entire scan. So these guys, we brought it. They're still not here. We're waiting for them. We brought.
Remember, the challenge is if you can bring the original Quran. And now he brought the original Quran, and he is waiting for this Christian to show up in the park so he can get him busted. Oh boy! So what happened next?
to ask the answer. So make sure if you don't know if you don't want to come here, make sure you tell your Dawah team to answer the question, not tell them to don't talk to us.
The cover, because been sitting every time I come,
Before even we come there, you already have the team who's gonna record and everything.
He got his team and they come to this Christian, tent, and now they want to get him busted because they have the original Quran. And look what happened.
If it's not for view, money, or so why you have that one? Every time when you do, you have a recording, because you know what? You want to make money and you want to split out the
Go to the topic. Go to the
lie
topic.
of the Islam.
Go to the topic.
You don't want me to set up, but you look at that. You already have set up. See,
Let us go to the topic. Where is the topic?
Coward.
Look at this coward, yeah.
$5,000 to the Mus'haf of Uthman.
All right.
Here is, look at his desperation for views.
Yeah.
Here is the Mus'haf of Uthman.
I have that one. I do have
You don't have this, right?
one. I do have
You don't have this.
one. I do have
You don't have this.
one. I do have
You don't have this.
Sheikh Uthman, you said I don't have that. Look at the surprise. See, you liar, big liar. This is the box. Here we go. And this is the one which you have been showing it. And that's a volume 2.
Guys, the disaster is not this. He brought a book which is supposedly to prove that this is the original Quran. But this book inside, it says there is no way that this book is the original Quran of Uthman. The book itself. I mean, do you see why Muhammad Hijab looks stupid and all of them look stupid? He brought a book. The challenge is who have the original book of Uthman. He brought a book in his hand, and the book which he brought, it says that there is no way that this book is written or have to do anything with Uthman. And this is what happened to Muhammad Hijab today. He asked us to Ibn Jawzi, Al-Asfahani. We go there, we see both of them, they agree with us against him. The donkey, the ketchup boy there, he came with the book in his hand. The Quran speak about the Muhammadan. The Quran speak about Muhammadan who carry the Torah the same as donkey carry it. Where is... Oops, I'm typing in English. Can you believe it? I switched the language, still going to English. Chapter 62, verse number 5, speaking perfectly about the Muhammadan. The example of those who they are interested with the Torah and did not take it on its like, that of the donkey who carry the volume of the book. Those are the Muslims. Muhammad Hijab, he have list of books behind him. The question is, did he read the book he is quoting for us? The answer, no. Because if he did read the book, then he should knew that the book agree with us, not with him. The same as this stupid guy, Sheikh Uthman, when he come and he is so excited when I get this Christian brother busted. Did he read the book in his hand? No. Because if he read the book, he will see that the book is saying that this is no way that this is the book of Uthman. I mean, you stupid, the book itself says that. And you bring the book itself to prove that this is the book of Uthman. And he made a drama. He won the $5,000. Give me the $5,000. I got you busted.
You don't care about truth? Because we'll post our video and the truth will be out there. No, we're not going to cut anything. We're not going to cut anything. The whole thing will be on there. He's just worried about recording. Now, the Musaf Uthman, where's his 5,000? Bring me 5,000.
You want to run? That's why
I'm not running. Bring me 5,000.
You want to run? That's why
I'm not running. Bring me 5,000.
You want to run? That's why
I'm not running.
Sheikh is running. Sheikh is running. Sheikh is running. Sheikh is running. Sheikh is running. Look at this guy. They're acting like a sheikh is. All right, sheikh is running.
I'm here.
So just wait.
Just because, look, I told you I was going to be traveling, and you guys put my picture in thumbnails that I wasn't even in. You're despicable. Now, you tell me, where is the 5,000 for the Musaf Uthman that I brought you?
I will give you 5,000.
Let's see it. Let's see it. You heard him say that, right? He will give 5,000. Let's see him lie now. Just worried about views.
Yes, you're right.
Just wants to get popular. We're going to post the whole video.
Post it.
It's not about the truth.
Yeah.
You want a mic?
Uthman is here. I told him to wait, and he doesn't want to wait.
No, we don't go by his schedule. No, we go by. Yeah. Otherwise, don't talk to us. No problem.
Okay.
No. Lakum dinakum
I
waliyadin.
do not want to talk to you right now.
You see this?
Let me
running, running. I got things to do.
He's saying, let me go and get the book and show you. You know, he said, you don't have the book. He said to him, let me show you, I have the book. Now we don't want him to go. However, the important is the book he have in his hand. Remember, this guy, he spent 2 months looking for reference how he can prove the Quran to be exist. And then he got a book in his hand. And the book in his hand, it says there's no way that this is the book of Uthman.
Look at this all kid. They don't know anything about it now.
Look,
you bring those,
you
this is not the
listen.
okay. All right, show me that.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
See, oh.
Don't touch it. Don't
You're
touch
najis.
it. You're najis. He called him najis. You see the filthy racist? He
Give
called
me
him
the
filthy.
5,000 first that you said
Don't
you would
touch it.
give.
Hold on.
The Musaf Uthman Radianu, the entire
okay.
scan.
All right.
Okay.
Let me.
What do you want to show?
No, I want to show you that. Let me set up the booth.
No. Not gonna set up here.
Guys, look at Sheikh. He doesn't want me to set up the booth because once I have a booth, then I have notes, then I have a camera. That's why he's scared about it. But anyway, we're not gonna leave him alone. He claimed to be claiming that Quran has been preserved, never been changed. There is no contradictions. But we're not gonna leave him alone until he will leave the Islam.
Anyway, let us escape the drama and see what it says there at the end. I don't know if in the same video he shows This is the Quran.
AD and receive $5,000. Well, that's very tempting, as $5,000 is a lot of money. You can go to Saudi Arabia, you can go to Mecca, kiss the black stone so that your sins forgiven. You can go to Medina and then say hi to your dead prophet. You can do lots of things with $5,000. Of course, when the business of certain Muslim missionaries kind of affected by this financial crisis, who used to involve with ketchup dealing or footnote inserting, decides to meet with the challenge so that they can get the...
Let us move to the cheese.
But you just said it's not the finance.
Just like a
What is it then?
footnote.
What is it?
Definitely you have a
What is
footnote,
it?
you bring this one.
What is this?
Okay.
What is this then?
This is, we'll find it, we'll let
What
you
is
know.
it?
Let me set up my camera.
You're scared.
Let me set
You don't know what it is. You're a Mus'haf attributed to Uthman ibn Affan.
Stupid, it says in the cover, this book attributed to Uthman ibn Affan, but he did not read anything behind the cover. And then behind the cover it says there is no way that this book is the book of Uthman.
Mus'haf Uthman ibn Affan. Look at this.
Did he met with challenge, or he just judged the book by its cover? Here's the copy of the books I've got in my hands as well. So that's number 1. That's number 2. It's 2 volumes. As you can see, title states Al-Musaf al-Sharif, attribute to Uthman bin Affan, the copy of Al-Masad al-Husseini in Cairo. So Cairo manuscripts of the Quran, which is attribute to Uthman bin Affan. When you buy books, ideally you want to read them, which I did, and I am heart crushed because I'm just assuming Mr. Muslim hasn't read it. So when you read the book, you will see a couple of important things which should kind of help you to not make such a claims that this is the Quran of Uthman. Please keep in your mind, around 652, Quran is being compiled under the Uthman, and Uthman was killed by Muslims in a mosque, according to Islamic tradition, around 656. So Brother Anthony from Bible or Quran is challenging Muslims to bring Quranic manuscripts from 652. When you turn page, I'll turn it in front of you so you all know what I'm talking about it. Okay, this is the book. When you turn page 124, this is what you are going to read. We can guess that it belongs approximately to the end of the 2nd century Hijrah or 8th century and the beginning of 3rd century Hijrah or 9th century. So, according to Muslims, Cairo manuscripts are belong to 8th century or 9th century. Uthman died in 7th century, 656. He compiled the Quran around 652. Of course, that was only page 124. Bring your attention to page 122 here so that like no one kind of thinks I'm reading from something else. It is all here. Page 122 and 123 reads, our examination of the Musaf of Cairo showed that this was not one of the Musaf of Caliph Uthman. Let me understand that. Sometimes you don't understand, you know, that I'm in one of those moments. Our examination of the Musaf showed that it was not one of the Musaf of Caliph Uthman. Challenge was put, bring first Quran, Uthmani Quran, from the Qurayshi manuscript 652. Yet, the book which was brought to the park in the intention, okay, I met with your challenge, that book in itself, in page 122, tells us this is not the Musaf of Uthman. Page 123, last sentence. It is obvious that it's not possible to say that Cairo Musaf was one of the Musafs attributed to the Caliph Uthman.
It's obvious. And this is Muhammad Hijab is asking us to read Ibn Jawzi. Why you don't open Ibn Jawzi? Why you don't open Al-Asfahani? Asfahani, brother. This is a scholar in Arabic. He have even Arabic dictionary. Open Al-Asfahani. We go to Al-Asfahani, chapter 1, verse number, page number 579. It says clearly, Al-alaqu wa huwa ad-damu al-jamid. The alaq is the dead blood. Wal-alaqa is what the baby is made from. I cannot believe how filthy, lying this religion is. How they have zero ethic. But I say, thanks to the Lord, they are satanic, yes. They are demonic, yes. But they get themselves busted too. And he assumed, you know, this video is there for how long? Actually today, it wasn't my purpose to play it, but when I saw the video of this guy, I said, let me use Muhammad Hijab, because he is quoting many errors in the Quran, and he's trying to refute them. So if I refute some of what he said, that will be enough to prove Islam to be stupid. Otherwise, it was not really my intention to watch the video of Muhammad Hijab. I find it boring, stupid. This guy keeps scratching himself. Very annoying when he talk, and he acts, you know, like he's so excited, suddenly he's so cold. You know, it's like a movie actor. But I could not believe when I was listening that this idiot is asking us to go and find the scholars who he claimed they agree with him. And I find it very funny that he admitted that if the Quran is saying that the baby is made from blood and from semen, that will be a clear mistake. But both scholars, he himself, he chosen, Al-Asfahani and Ibn al-Jawzi, and we showed you the reference. Both of them, they agree that semen is semen. The word nutfa is a semen. Both of them, they agree that he is an idiot. When somebody try to make it or fix it, and then he don't even do his homework, why he mentioned those two names? I will tell you why. Because somebody else told him he is a donkey, he never opened those books, he never even know where they are located. For if he ever opened the book, he will see what I see, and then he will never choose this book to use it. There's no way he saw this book, he read the book, and yet he is saying what he is saying. This is a statement from somebody did not ever read the book. Nutfa suddenly does not mean anything except water, but even the Quran, when you speak about water, that means semen. Let us see. Let me open Skype to see if there is any Muhammad. I want to try his missiles with me and explain why Muhammad Hijab, he made this scandal exposing his prophet. Do you think that Muhammad Hijab is working for us? Asking us to read books which is agreeing that Islam is stupid? Did he or he is doing that in purpose? Behind the scene, he is an anti-Muhammad. My Skype is open. If you are a Muslim, text me, please. I see nothing but Christians. If you are underage, never text me. I will not answer you. Somebody texts me saying, I'm a Christian, I'm 16 years old. Sorry, my friend, I will not contact you. You can post in the chat if you want. I don't speak to minors in private. I don't speak to Christians anyway. You want to call me, you can call me live on air when I say Christian can call, and you have to be adult, no 16 years old. I have a question. Did Muhammad forbid eat pork? Don't send me questions here in the stupid Skype, silly questions. Muhammad eat pork. Let us see. Until now, I see nobody really. No Muslims, only texts from funny Christians trying to disturb my work. This guy, he say he's a Muslim. Let us see, give him a call. We are calling this Muslim. Let us hope he is there. Doesn't look like it, so we skip him. Don't send me text in Skype, say to me, God bless you. You are not helping, you are disturbing. All right, look like we are, there's nobody in Skype. If you are a Muhammadan and you like to join us, please feel free, just text me in Skype and tell me, what do you think about this disaster Muhammad Hijab he just did? He just asked us to read scholars which agree with us. He was trying to defend the Quran, but he himself, he chosen Muslim scholars who they agree with the enemies of Islam. He claimed that those views are the views of the phobia people. You will find those claims in anti-Islamic website. And he asked us to read what scholars they say. And he chosen names for us. Understanding the hadith of date and poison. Let us see what this one's saying. Sound interesting. I like medical.
All over the anti-Islamic apologetics type websites.
Notice only anti-Islamic website they have their question. Muslim they have no questions because who dare to ask questions? They will chop his head. Anti-Islamic website. Okay, tell us, Muhammad Hijab.
And it's in their publications and their videos online, which is a hadith which says that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Man tasabbaha bisab'a tamarat ajwa la yadurruhu summun wala sihr." That whoever wakes up and consumes 7 dates of ajwa kind, that poison will not afflict him, and sihr, which is magic, will not afflict him. And they say this is an unscientific type of hadith, because they say, how could it be the case when the chemical agents or properties within the dates, there's nothing within them that would indicate to us from a scientific perspective that they could be immunizing to things as chemically destructive as poison. So how can you understand this hadith, and doesn't this hadith fly in the face of 21st century scientific discovery? Now first, in order to answer this question, let's take a look at what some of the commentators of this hadith of all time have mentioned. So for example, Al-Khattabi, who is a scholar of the 4th century, died 388 AH, he says actually it's not because of a specific property within the date. He says there's nothing within the date that actually has that immunizing capacity. He says, "La li khasiyya fi tamr." It's not because of a specific characteristic or attribute in the date. وَإِنَّمَا is because of the da'wah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or the blessings of the da'wah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And many of the scholars have looked at this hadith in this kind of way. Ibn al-Qayyim said no, it's for a special time and a special place, and it's not applicable to us. Al-Qurtubi said it can only be seen to be applicable to us if it goes through the experimental method and succeeds, in the sense that we can actually prove that the dates are in fact immunizing to poison. And this shows us that the commentators of hadith had a very sober approach to science and hadith, and science and Quran. They understood that sometimes these are two separate areas of jurisdiction, if you like, and sometimes they have an overlap. Now, before we continue with this hadith, the opinion of Al-Khattabi, which says it's not a specific property in the date, seems to be well represented if we look at other hadiths, because there's another hadith which the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he told us in the what you call the evening supplications of Athkar al-Masa, which we should all be making, by the way, Athkar al-Sabah wal-Masa, beautiful supplications we should be making in the morning and the evening that will cause protection for us and so on. One of these words of protection is أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. That I seek refuge with the perfect words of God from the evil from which He created. And the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said about this, he said, whoever says this, لم يضره شيء. He said that whoever says this, nothing will afflict him or no harm will afflict him. Now wait a minute. If the date hadith was intended to be an immunization, a physical or chemical immunization, then how comes we find similar or even more generic types of terminology used in other hadith? If you think about this, this cannot mean it's a physical thing, because this is a supplication which doesn't necessitate any consumption of anything physical at all. So this hadith of the dates, from that perspective, it follows that it wouldn't be because of the properties of the date, but it's because of the ibadah or the worship of doing it.
Can you believe it? People, can you believe it? This is because they worship. If this is because they worship, okay, we will go with you. So if you worship, you will not die by poison. He's trying now to fix it. And if this is because they worship, what does this have to do with the ajwa then? If this is by blessing of Allah, what does this have to do with the ajwa? And not only that, just to show you how those Abduls are very poor in knowledge, and they are just a bunch of kids trying to duct tape the stupidity of their prophet. He said that this have nothing to do with the date itself. It's about the supplication to Allah. You pray to Allah. The hadith never mentioned supplication. The hadith mentioned ajwa, and not only that, he mentioned which ajwa. Let us go and see the hadith. Mimi Hijab, I will make your butt red for the coming century today. Now your duty, guys, is to copy the video, and when you download it, please cut it pieces, piece by piece, based on the topic, one by one. Don't make it so long. Here, read carefully. This is the hadith. He who has a morning meal, so there is a morning and it's a meal. Where is the blessing? Nothing will hurt him, neither poison, neither magic. What does this have to do with blessing? If you are blessed, the Muslim, they pray early in the morning, so you do not need ajwa. So what the ajwa present? The blessing of Allah? As you see, nothing here about supplication or prayer. And not only that, Muhammad, he mentioned how many ajwa you have to eat. If you eat 6, it will not work. If you eat 5, it's not going to work. If you eat 7, that will protect you from magic, not only poison. There's a hadith I'm trying to find where Muhammad, he mentioned that this is from a specific date. Let me see if I can find it. I could not find it in this website. Let us see. because he mentioned that if you eat from the date of the city of Medina, where we can find this hadith? Hold on, because I remember it very well. And now the Muslims, they are I cannot find it in this website. But anyway, what kind of excuse that this is a blessing from Allah? Same time, I will go with Mimi Hijab. He mentioned it's not have nothing to do with the structures of the date. So it's not the date is going to make the ajwa special. What is going to make the ajwa special is the blessing of Allah. I want to hear that again so we can love more. Which one it was? Let us see the ajwa, the ajwa. Ajwa. Here we go. 5422. It is number 22 in the video.
Today, inshallah, we're going to be talking about a hadith which is all over the anti-Islamic apologetics type websites, and is in their publications and their videos online, which is a hadith which says that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Man tasabbaha bisab'a tamarat ajwa, la yadurruhu summun wala sihr." Whoever wakes up and consumes 7 dates of ajwa kind, that poison will not afflict him, and sihr, which is magic, will not afflict him. And they say this is an unscientific type of hadith, because they say, how could it be the case when the chemical agents or properties within the dates, there's nothing within them that would indicate to us from a scientific perspective that they could be immunizing to things as chemically destructive as poison. So how can you understand this hadith? And doesn't this hadith fly in the face of 21st century scientific discovery? Now, first, in order to answer this question, let's take a look at what some of the commentators of this hadith of all time have mentioned. So, for example, Al-Khattabi, who is a scholar of the 4th century, died 3.
Remember, when he mentions something, he just mentioned a name, but he don't tell you the name of the book. He don't mention the page. So if we go, we will see what he's talking about. And I'm assuming that if I go and look for this guy, but I don't remember this guy Al-Khattabi is making something, but he is saying Al-Khattabi says that. Okay, where we can find Al-Khattabi? And who is this guy Al-Khattabi? So now he is supporting himself by clear evidence. Al-Khattabi said. Who is Al-Khattabi? Shouldn't you tell people who is Al-Khattabi? Let us say you are a person of knowledge. And now a person, you are claiming that those people, they are not doing their homework. They are not doing academic study. Is that how academic study is done? You say Al-Khattabi and that's it? Who is Al-Khattabi? What's the name of the book? Which page? Which volume? And what he said, show us on the screen. Same time, why you want to take what he say? What is his authority? And now look what you did. What you just did is very embarrassing. It is not the date will protect you. What is going to protect you? Listen carefully.
388 AH. He says actually it's not because of a specific property within the dates. He says there's nothing within the date that actually has that immunizing capacity. He says لا لخاصية في التمر. It's not because of a specific characteristic or attribute within the date. وإنما is because of the da'wah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or the blessings of the da'wah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And many of the scholars have looked at this hadith in this kind of way. Ibn al-Qayyim said no, it's for a special time and a special place, and it's not applicable to us.
Special time, special place, it doesn't work with us. Okay, special time, that is the time of Muhammad. But if we go, we will find that Muhammad was poisoned, and he died by poison, and he was bewitched. Listen carefully, brother. Ibn al-Qayyim, he said, that work only for a specific time and a specific place. Ajwa have to do with a specific time and a specific place. But the person who come with the advice himself, he was bewitched by magic, according to Muhammadan, to the point he is illusional. He don't know what he is doing, including his sex was fake. And he himself, he died literally by poison. So Ibn al-Qayyim, he said, it is only for a certain time, certain place. Is Muhammad included in the place on that and the time? If there is anyone in Islam is more blessed than Muhammad, is he himself the one who is giving you advice? He is not included in the advice. Do you see how stupid they are when they try to duct tape the stupidity of Muhammad? The one who is advising you to eat ajwa, he mentioned that there are 7. He did not mention that this is only for a certain time, certain place. So where you are getting this from? All of this is a solution for the stupidity. They notice the names of those who they are mentioning to you, those are not really early scholars, those are later scholars, who they are trying to defend Islam in the front of the Christians. So now, Muhammad, he said something proven to be false. How we are going to fight it back? We say it was a blessing. Only at that time, only in that place, only at that location. But even that will not help them, because it was the bad luck of Muhammad that he had both. He died by poison like a rat, and he was bewitched by black magic. So if that is about a blessing, as Muhammad Hijab, he said, obviously Muhammad is not blessed. Do we agree, people? If this is a blessing, if this is the supplication of Muhammad making supplication supposedly, but nowhere in the hadith he is making supplication. He said whoever. You see, the hadith says whoever, not some. He did not even say a Muslim or a Christian. Let me find you the hadith and put it in the front of you on the screen. Whoever. I mean, the stupidity is beyond the stupidity. Did he say Muslims? Did he say Christians? Did he say the blessed one? Did he say gender? No. He says, he who eat. He who, whatever he is. He who eats. Not he who I pray for. He who eat 7 ajwa date every morning. What does have to do with location and specific people and specific time? He who eats. It doesn't matter who is he. He who has a morning meal of 7 ajwa. He. Do you see anywhere it says the Prophet, he prayed to Allah and says, like, let them not to happen to them? The Prophet said, if somebody, anybody takes some ajwa, date every morning, he will not be afflicted by poison or magic. Do you see how the Muhammadan desperately trying to defend the duct tape prophet? Walmart is out of duct tape because of Islam. If somebody takes 7 ajwa, if somebody, not even a believer, suddenly it's about supplication, it's about a blessing from Allah, it's only certain time, certain people, blah, 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 blah. What the heck is that? When I was with the Prophet come to visit me, and putting his hand between my nipples, I hope my dad will forgive me for not accepting to go to medical school. You know, he wanted me to be a doctor. I said no. I don't want to do what the Prophet. What he did to you? He put his hands between your nipples. Oh, okay. And I felt its coolness on my heart. He said, you are suffering from a heart disease. Look what the heck. Muhammad, he put his hand between the nipples. I mean, is the heart in the middle of the chest? That's deep. So he put his hand between my nipples and I felt the coolness, and he said to me, you are suffering from heart disease. Go to Al-Harith Bil-Kalada, who belonged to Taif. He is practicing medicine, and get him to take 7 ajwa. I cannot be. Sorry, I have to mute the microphone. I could not breathe. Oh boy. So the guy, he have heart problem. We give him 7 ajwa. And how the Prophet, he discovered that the guy, he have a heart problem. Oh boy. And then, brother, and bound them together with their stones and administer them to you. It's okay, brother. This was for that time. Now it doesn't work for heart problems. So at that time, if somebody have a heart problem, and how the Prophet, he discovered that the guy have a heart problem, he put his hand between his nipples. I hope doctors will not do that to women when you go to the hospital. Here there's different story. But this is not really what we want now. Let us see. Yeah, this is, we are out of the Ajwa stories. And the poor Mimi Hijab, brothers and sisters, yes, a scholar, they say, this is not about the date. The date is not really, does not have any. Yes, we have to agree. The date is not really scientifically, this is not accurate. So obviously the Prophet never meant that. The Prophet, he was talking about something totally else. Totally else, brother. It was about specific time, specific location, and blessing. And then we find that Muhammad himself, he died because of a poison. And Muhammad himself, he cannot even differentiate between real sex and fake sex. To the point he imagined himself having sexual intercourse with his wives. But in fact, he did not do it. As you see in Sahih al-Bukhari, Aisha, she said, look at the title of this chapter, brother. The manner of adab. The Prophet continued for such and such period, imagining that he had sexual intercourse with his wife. In fact, he did not. But remember, this is the effect of the ajwa is because of the blessing. So are you saying to me, Mimi Hijab, that your prophet have no blessing? This is why the 7 Ajwa did not work with him. It worked only with those have a blessing. Is that why he died because of poison? Is that because he have no blessing? I don't want to forget your prophet. He says, I feel now that the poison I ate is getting my aorta, which is mentioned in the Quran, that if Muhammad fabricating Quran, Allah will cut his artery. Oh boy. Muslims, who of you will dare to download my video, put it in your channel, give it to you, Mimi Hijab, and let us see what he will do, and ask him for the sake of the shin of Allah. Are you stupid or what? Are you trying to fix it now? So the prophet, he mentioned 7 Ajwa because there is a blessing, and this is what will protect you. And then Muhammad, he died by poison, and he was infected by magic. True story. Let us see something else. If there's anything interesting for you guys. Did the prophet say the earth sit in the back of a whale?
Today, inshallah, we're going to be talking about one of the most specious claims that has come out of this science era narrative, which is this claim that there's a hadith of the prophet which supposedly says that the earth is on the back of a whale, and the whale is on the back of is balancing on some kind of a rock or something to this effect. And this hadith is fabricated. I mean, I don't want to...
Do you see how we solve the problem? This hadith is fabricated. Mimi Hijab. For the sake of the shin of Allah. I mean, Zakir Naik, he spit a lot. Don't do that. Listen, listen. As long it's fabricated, why it is in your book? People, listen carefully. As long the hadith is a fabricated hadith, why the Muslims, they wrote it in their books? Any Muslim can tell me? And if it is fabricated, how we can trust anything the Muslim they wrote about their prophet? You know, guys, what I'm saying? How you Muslims put it in your books? As an example, there's many scholars, they mention this, and they did not say it's fabricated. So later when the Muhammadan, they start noticing, you know, like remember, even like scholars which are famous for Muslim, like Ibn Kathir. Ibn Kathir is long after Muhammad. So now the world is different. The people, they knew there is the European, they discover a lot of things, and the Muslims, they are very much, you know, in touch with what's happening in the world. The Muslim, they occupy Spain, etc. They went all the way to the heart of Europe, and now they learned that there's a lot of garbage in our books. So now, from that era, not now, they start defending Islam by saying we don't accept those things no more. But if we go in the Quran, we will find that the earliest Islamic scholars, the earlier we go, the more we find that those stories are accepted. How come the Muslims did not notice that this is false? Any Muhammadan want to help us? If we go right now to the tafsir. Again, those who will download the video, please cut it pieces, make topic by topic, like, you know, based on what Mimi Hijab, he chose a topic. Cut it, put it together, refuting him, move to the second topic, make a video by video. All of you, please. You know, we have 100 something, I don't know, 100,000 here, subscriber, we have 100 something thousand there. Only few, 2-3 people, they are the one doing video. The rest are just useless. Even my admins don't make videos. They just come here for tea and coffee, most of them. They want to practice authority of blocking people, but they never did any work. So if we go in the Quran, we will find this chapter. Chapter 68, verse number 1. Remember, those who say this is in the top of the whale, they are lying. This is a fabricated hadith. Shall we go and read the interpretation made by Muslims so we can see if it's fabricated or not? Chapter 68, verse number 1. Let us go. This is Ibn Kathir, and this is their website, this is their translation, not me. Let us see if they are going to say it's fabricated. Let us see if they agree with some, they refuse some. Whatever they say, we will show it in the screen. All right. This is Ibn Kathir, you know, and this is their translation, as you see in the front of you. All right. Uh-oh. It's gone. It doesn't show that in English. They took it off. What the heck? What's happening here? What? I don't see anything about the whale. Where is the whale? Anyone see the whale? Anyone see half whale? Quarter whale? I see no whale. The whale is gone. Something fishy. Let us go to Ibn Kathir in Arabic. Let me type first, maybe the whale is here. I did not see it. No whale. They took it off from the English, from the Arabic. Hilarious, hilarious, brother. Hilarious, hilarious. All right. Let us see. Let us open in Arabic. In the English, they took it off. Totally took it off. Literally took it off. Very decent people. Guys, this is Ibn Kathir in Arabic. I will give you the Muslim website in front of you. Copy paste. You can open it in Google Translation yourself, and you tell me why we cannot find what it says in Arabic in the English website. Guys, there's a dog far away is barking. Is the sound coming to you? Should I close my window? Are you annoyed by a sound of a dog? Let me know, please, if the sound is coming to you annoying. So this is the Arabic page of Ibn Kathir. Let us see in Arabic and how he used the difference between the Arabic and the English. I did not see it in English. So let us see. It says here, وقيل المراد بقوله نون حوت عظيم على تيار الماء العظيم المحيط وهو حامل الأرضين السبع كما قال الإمام أبو جعفر بن جرير. Let us translate. Remember, this is the hadith. This is Ibn Kathir. This is their website. Ibn Kathir, as you see, Ibn Kathir, volume number 8, page number 184. Page 184. The interpretation, and it was said, what was meant by this saying, his saying, which means the Quran, noon, that are noon, is a great whale on the ocean greatest stream of water, and it bears the seven earth, as Imam Abu Ja'far ibn Jurayr, he said, and Ibn Bashar. It turned to be that those guys are a scam. And they call him Imam. Muhammad Hijab, he said it's a fabricated hadith. Imam Abu Ja'far, he said it is not. Ibn Bashar, he says it is not fabricated. Muhammad Hijab, with his long hair, he said it is fabricated. Which one you will believe? I mean, let us be honest here. Muhammad Hijab, especially when he acted and he jumped behind the screen. And Ibn Abbas, we are getting now deep. Ibn Abbas is the cousin of Muhammad, and he is the one who Muhammad only prayed to Allah to make him able to explain the Quran. He named him actually as the ink of the nation of Islam, Ibn Abbas. Look what Ibn Abbas said. Things is getting complicated. Ibn Abbas said, first thing God created was the pen. Makes sense. Allah is very educated. He have educated the Prophet. He is illiterate, yes, but still he can use the pen to draw a donkey. He said, write. He said, what I should write, Allah? He said, write down the fate so it happened before the day, from the day until the day of the hour. Then he created noon. Man, that's things is getting exciting. What the heck is this noon? Guys, is the text coming clear to you? You can see it? Is the text clear? See, people, they are not inviting people. We don't even have 1,000 people watching. You guys are not inviting. You're just useless. Potatoes. Shame on you. May Allah curse you all. Look what happened to me. Allah cursed me. I don't even have a mirror at home. I don't dare to see myself. I'm scary. Allah cursed me, man. I know. There's a guy actually, he made fun of the miswak. So he put a miswak in his anus. Guess what Allah did to him, brother? He made him deliver a baby after 7 months. Yes, brother, yes. He's a man. He put the miswak in his anus, making fun of Allah. 7 months after, he gave a baby. Guess what? The baby looked like a rat. He have ears of a pig. He have a face of a rabbit. He have a tail of a rat. Unbelievable. True story. So aren't you afraid that Allah will do that to you too? Invite your friends so they can watch the science of Allah. So the first thing Allah created, he created the pen. He said, what I should write? He said to him, write whatever you mean, the fate of people. And then he says, create the noon. Okay. Then, and raised the water vapor. Aha. So the sky opened from it. That's deep. And the earth was spread out on the back of the noon. Noon is the whale. Remember that, okay? Just go back. The noon is the whale. So now the earth is in the top and the back of the noon. So noon stirred up, and the earth swayed, and it was fixed to the mountains. Now I know why the earth is not moving in the top of the whale. We have the mountains. For they are proud in the earth. Okay, oh, okay. The mountains are proud. This is why they are high. Why they are high? Because they are so proud. Are you kidding me? Yeah. So, Mimi Hijab, and look, we cannot find a single word in the English translation. Can you believe it? They took it all off. There's no whale. There's no earth. There's no pen. There's nothing. It's gone. Mysteriously. What happened? So when you learn about Islam from Islamic books in English, I assure you, you got nothing true. And the proof is in the front of your eyes. This is the same book supposedly they are translating. So why it's not there? I will tell you the solution. The translator, he said to himself, this is a piece of bullshit, excuse me. I'm not going to put this in my book. People will laugh at me. People will not even buy my book. People will laugh at Islam and Allah. Actually, I might even get hurt by Muslims for translating it. So I'm going to take off anything will make Islam look stupid. With suspense music? You want more suspense more than a whale in the top of it, the earth. What's wrong with you? Sarah? Did you eat ajwa today? And you are blessed by Allah, so you are giving me funny request? Okay, what? That's amazing. And then, you see, when noon moved, the earth disturbed, start moving. So Allah put the mountains in the top of it, so the mountains will fix the earth. And this is all proven to be scientifically true. Okay? I mean, there's a lot of evidence of those things. Unless you are like an idiot, you do not want to see the truth and you want to be blind. Hello? Okay? So, yeah. And like if you continue reading, At-Tabarani, page number 185, it says, we are showing you all their garbage. Narrated that with the chain of transmission sound like a car for me. Chain, transmission. Islam is so scientific and mechanic religion. Are you kidding me? This is the true Islam, brother. Nobody can make books like transmission. Do you have a transmission in your Bible? Do you? You don't. Do you have a chain? No. And you are asking me why I converted to Islam? How we can make any truck, train, anything work without a chain and transmission? Crazy Christians. So here, narrated with the chain of transmission, which means it's very accurate, that he said, Abu Habib, Zayd ibn al-Muhtadi, blah, 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 okay? From the authority, from the authority. Oh, look, all of them, they have authority. And Mimi Hijab have authority too. But obviously his authority is overcome their authority. From the authority of Ibn Abbas, he said that the Messenger of Allah, may Allah pray for him, and whatever, he said the first thing Allah created was the pen and the whale, which makes sense. I mean, the whale is long, the pen is long, especially though this is the pen of Allah. The pen of Allah is so long. Imagine how big the hand of Allah. I mean, just think about it. So he said to the pen, write. He said, what I should write? He said, everything will be until the day of resurrection. Then he read, noon and the pen, and write that. Okay, so here he wrote that, and then what happened after that, brother? The translation here is actually not coming accurate. It says after he wrote that, he created the noon, you know, he created the noon. Translation is not coming right. And he put the earth in the top of noon. He pressure the earth in the top of noon. I don't know why translation is not showing right. You see in Arabic here. Okay, hold on. Here it says, yeah, he pressured the earth, sorry. He pressured the earth. After he created the whale, he pressed the earth in the top of it, which makes sense. Yeah, I mean, you know, yeah. All right, we did not skip that. What else? What else? It turned to be that all of those stories are fabrication. And actually here there's a hadith the same about if the woman she have orgasm first, the baby will be a girl. If the man have orgasm, the baby will be a boy. Actually, this is in the hadith too, which is sahih. And now Mimi Hijab, he will say to you, this is fabricated hadith. Fabricated hadith. You know, how the Prophet, he knew this. Look at this, brothers and sisters. I was really worried to get married because I don't want my son to look like me. But now I feel more secure and safe. All what I need to do, I will never come first. And this is sahih. Is Mimi Hijab is going to say to you, this is fabricated? Look at this science, look. The Messenger of Allah said, the man water is thick and white, and the women water is thin and yellow. Which of them comes first? The child will resemble the parents. I remember Mimi Hijab, he said, this is about water, not about semen. If you don't look good, don't ever comes first. Your kids will hate you. Hold yourself, you idiot. Marry a beautiful woman. And each time you decide to have a baby, never comes first. Stupid. Let your wife come first, so the baby will look good. Why we don't listen to the advice of a prophet of Allah and his science, which is proven all the way to be scientifically correct? How many scientific study made based on this discovery? A lot. Actually, I believe that Joe Biden, when his father having orgasm, I think what happened, the reason for the defect, that both of them did not have orgasm. It was electric shot. Like and this guy, he's born, he don't remember his name, he don't know what he's to go. He left the Korean president on the stage, he want to go downstairs, he don't know where is the exit, he forgot. I mean, obviously, we knew now what's happening. Be careful. Who comes first will decide how the baby look like. Look at you, all of you, how you look like. Yeah, look. Yeah, women, they start putting makeup. Yeah. Look without, okay, hello. And don't use those Photoshop in the Chinese or Korean phones. All of you look so pretty and something, you know the thing. Hello. All of this happened to you because your mother and your father did not follow the steps and the advice of a Prophet Muhammad because they were ignorant. But now you have no excuse. Gog and Magog saying to me, you are talking about sex again. Look like Gog and Magog, he forgot I'm quoting his stupid prophet. So if you're trying to say I am talking about sex, You forgot that I'm quoting your stupid prophet. I mean, can you believe how stupid the Muhammadan? He's trying to put me down. Christian Prince talking about sex again. You're stupid. It's your Mimi Hijab talking about how the baby is made, how the embryo, the semen, the sperm, blah, 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 blah. And you are telling me, Christian Prince is talking about sex again. Okay, this is the Christian Prince. Why Christian Prince, he talk about sex again? It must be something wrong with the Christian Prince. He keep talking, and you know what? He quote my prophet. How come when I quote Jesus, I don't talk about sex again? When I quote your prophet, I have to go back to sex. Oh, hold on. Listen, I got upset from you. I'm going to listen to your prophet advice and use his sentence, so you will not be offended. Go and bite the penis of your father. Would you? Oh, what offensive, disgusting. Your prophet says that. Am I talking about sex again? Look how sensitive the Muhammadan are. They chop your head, they stone you, they cut your hand, they cut your tongue, they burn you alive, they burn churches, they take over your country, they put you into slavery, but they are very sensitive. Please don't talk about sex. But the women go to the prophet holding her vagina with her hand, asking the prophet if she should wash her vagina. You know what? The prophet, he have an open vagina clinic for free. But if a Muslim come for advice, you have to pay, as the Quran said. If a woman, she have a question about vagina, the prophet, his door is open. Bring her. What happened to your vagina? Tell me. You saw a wet dream. Can you tell me the details? Shall we go back to Mimi Hijab? Or enough, guys, today? Is it enough? Maybe we should continue some other time, because his video is priceless. I don't know why I did not play his video a long time ago. Okay. I think we should continue some, like maybe next time, with more stuff. Look, this guy, he lists for me a lot of topic. Unbelievable. Look, a lot of work, brother. Does the arsenal reproduction undermine the Quran? That's deep. That's something. Okay, does the Quran get the definition of cattle wrong? No way. Are you kidding me? Oh boy. Does the Quran get the embryo, bone and flesh formation wrong? Absolutely not. Does the Quran say the sky solid object? Oh no, no way. Understanding the height of the date, we covered this one. Did the prophet say the earth sit in the back of a whale? No, he did not say that. You Muslim says that, right? Huh? Understanding the hadith referring to camel urine as medicine? We cannot miss this one. What? Understanding. Look. And you see how beautiful the way they present Islam. Understanding the hadith referring to the camel urine as medicine. You know, the Muhammadan, they claim that they are following the teaching of the God of Moses. How? Right away they say to you, well, we forbid eating pork, but you eat camel and you drink their piss. The camel is forbidden in the Torah. So not only you eat the camel, you decided to use it as a Pepsi Cola. After eating the camel, you take a hop from the penis. Actually, if I go right now and search on YouTube, you will see Muslims drinking, literally, hot, fresh pee of the camel, holding his penis, forcing him to pee in their cup, their beer cup. So how you are following the teaching of the God of Moses, but you eat camel and you drink the piss of the camel? Sound complicated. So I think we will continue with this. Maybe next time I go live, I will give you now time to cut this video, make it short. And remember, I'm not keeping my videos. As you see, I cleaned all my videos from my channel. So now I have only 2 videos, have nothing to do with my video life. So if you care really to have them, download them, save them, don't blame me, because I noticed that in the same time that people always watch the last video. So if I make a video tomorrow, nobody will watch this video. They will stop watching it. I find that astonishing, that all the work we do, it make me feel it's a waste of time. I stay with you for a couple of hours, sometimes 5, 6, 7, sometimes more. Yet, people only what they care for, and this is what I notice, to join live chat. They are not coming here to learn. And this is why if I stop the chat right now, you will see how the number will drop. Many, they are coming just for entertainment. Many, they are coming for a comedy time because Islam is stupid. They just, they want to kill time. And they say, okay, in this channel, we laugh at Muhammad. And, just killing the time. Those people are not welcome in my channel. I don't want fake numbers. I don't want to have 100,000. None of them is real person. He care for what we do. I prefer to have 40, 50, 60 subscriber who they are really hard-working Christians, warriors. The Lord, he has 12. Not 12,000, not 12 millions. And Christianity spread around the earth, even though still there's many areas Bible never reached them yet. 12 people, not 12,000. This is the power of those who they are warriors for Christ. The rest who they are just numbers, they don't count. They don't count for the Lord. They don't count for his day, the day of judgment. This is why I insist always to say to you, the Bible says clearly, from their fruits you shall know them. From their fruits you shall know them. And those who they are claiming to be Christian and they have no fruit, the Lord don't know them. And I don't know them too. We do commit sin every day, and I am not better than you. I sin in my thought. I sin in my desire. I sin in my sometimes disappointed with the things around me. Sometimes I feel like God is not taking care of the poor. God is not taking care of the one who defend him. God, but then I say, oh, I'm wrong. The Lord, he take care. But we have too much pain, and then we have to release the pain by blaming him. But he is not the one really causing the pain. So we pray that the true Christians will stand up and defend the faith, and they will become warriors for Christ. We confess our sin, not because we are proud of it, but because we are taking side with the truth, that sin is against God. Islam is sin. Muhammad is satanic. And we have to confess that if we don't fight the satanic teaching, doesn't matter it's coming from who, we are guilty. The one who don't say no to the wrong, he is a partner with it. The one who don't fight against sin, he is a partner of it. Imagine you see a woman being raped and you keep going, you don't care. You are a rapist. If you see somebody molesting a child and you don't do something to save the child, you are the molester. If you see someone lying about Jesus and you don't do anything about it, exposing the liar, you are a liar too. For the one don't stand against evil is evil. And the one who don't fight evil, he is a partner of it. You can give yourself all kinds of excuses, but you cannot fool the Lord. From their fruits you shall know them. Why we don't want to learn? Let your fruits shine in the front of the Lord. Let your fruits speak for you, not your tongue. Let your fruits witness for you, no one else. Your fruit, my friend, is your identity, not your name, not your church name, not your position as a priest or bishop or even a pope. It doesn't count. Your fruits. And time will come and they will be asking you, the Lord will ask you, where is your fruits? What you've been doing? I sent you in a mission and you did nothing. You have no roots. This is why your fruit is not there. You have nothing. You are just a fake person, fraud. So I say, let us work for the Lord. Time goes fast, and you will be questions about what you accomplish. I spend every day almost hours with you, not for my sake, for the sake of your children's and for the sake of you, so you can have faith and nobody can deceive you and nobody can fool you. However, I cannot put faith in your heart. I cannot make you work for the Lord. It's a decision you do. So work for the Lord. Stand up for the truth, and the truth will set you free. Thank you all for being here. This is your brother Christian Prince was serving you humbly for today. I hope you enjoy it, you learn something good. Download the video, share it with your friends, cut it pieces, make it small topics, and let your children watch so Muhammadan cannot fool them in your schools. They are professional liars. And your kids taught nothing by your priest, except wave your hand to Jesus. So when you go in the street, you or your son or your daughter or your wife, you do not know how to answer them, because they did nothing to teach you, for they are fake, false priests. They speak about love, but they forgot that the first message of love is to fight against evil, for the one who don't love is the one who don't fight evil, and the one who love is the one who fight evil. So what they do in the church, sit down, stand up, recite 2 verses for you from the Bible, and then we eat some cookies and we go home like the Muhammadan. That is not a church where Christ was. That is not what Christ used to do and never did. Preach it, fight for it, and even die for it, as all the disciples of the Lord, and himself he died for it. Those who seek life, they are dead forever. And those who seek death to earn life, they will live forever. And how you seek death? By simply don't care for death. You care for being truthful. Those who seek life by hypocrisy, by making money, by fighting for buildings and houses and cars, and they don't care what people say about Jesus. They don't care if the whole world become corrupt. They don't care if children They are changing their gender and they are not advising them. They don't care if every woman is sleeping around. They don't care if every man became a pimp. They don't care. Those people are fake Christians. If you don't care, you know you will end where? I want to say thank you. May the Lord bless you. And until we see you soon again, Christ is Lord. Islam is a joke. And we laughed a lot today. Thank you, Mimi Hijab.